Hello everyone. Good morning to our responsive website design using Bootstrap lecture. So let's start today's lecture. So first of all, we have to know what is responsive website design. Before you have to using Bootstrap, we know the all idea about what is responsive website design. As you know, in today's days, we have to use website that is responsive website. So what is responsive? Exactly what is responsive website design? Responsive website design is about creating websites that is automatically adjust themselves to look good from small font to large desktop. That means you have to use any website in any operating system. That website is automatically adjust according to the operating system size. So if you have to use iPad application, either you have to use mobile site, any in laptops, either you have to use any website in computer. So that website is automatically adjust. That is what is called responsive website design. So how we can create this responsive website? So today's different types of frameworks is available. In that frameworks, there has one framework is Bootstrap. So you have to know there has a designing part or development part is called front-end development and back-end development. And for the database is database implementation. So you have to use Bootstrap. By using this Bootstrap, you have to create front-end website design. By using this Bootstrap, we have to apply front-end website design. So let's start. What is Bootstrap? So Bootstrap is nothing but, as you can see on the screen, we have to also write down. It is CSS based front-end framework. What is front-end? Exactly, front-end part is called a static website. Okay. So whenever we have to apply the front-end part, that front-end part developed by HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. So these are terms denoted as front-end framework. So whenever we have to call front-end framework, that means there is HTML, CSS, and JavaScript part is available. So by using Bootstrap, we have to create this design. So we have to know what is Bootstrap. So Bootstrap is nothing but is a free front-end framework, or we can say that it is CSS-based front-end framework. What is CSS? CSS denote as cascading style sheet. Cascading style sheet provide styling in our website. So whenever we have to create any front-end design, so first step we have to create a skeleton of that website, that is HTML, and CSS is the styling part, and JavaScript is the event handling part of your website. So CSS based front-end framework, that means you have to provide more effective styling in your website. So CSS is cascading style sheet. As you have to know, if you have to little idea about CSS, so we have to know that in CSS we have to use property and styling, right? We have to apply the styling in our website. So what kind of property we have to use? As you can see on the screen, we have to add this layout, typography, navigation menu, from layout, button, pagination, icon, fonts. These all property provide the website is responsiveness. This combination of this property, we have to get responsive website. So these component layout, you have to apply this common component. If I have design any website, so first of all, we have to design this layout. Okay, and what kind of layout is there? What kind of component in our layout? There has header part, there has footer part, there has navigation bar, main menu. These all most important terminologies we have to use in our website layout. Next, navigation from buttons, pagination, icon, fonts. So whenever we have to apply this property, so we have to use different types of properties, different types of styling in our website. It will take lots of time. So for saving this time, for saving this work for the web development, we have to use faster and easier web development, because we have to save lots of time by using framework. So Bootstrap provide faster and easier web development, and it will easily responsive website layout within a 5 minute. Next, what is Bootstrap history? We have to know also discuss Bootstrap history. So in August 2011 on GitHub, it will be provided, and it is developed by Twitter company. So this is a small history about Bootstrap. Next, as you can see on the screen, we have to give a small layout design. In this layout, we have header part that written as a website name, navigation bar, home in navigation bar, home, about us, gallery, context us, and main menu we have to use subheading, and sidebar we have to use home, about us, gallery icon. And last one is your footer part. There has copyright options. So this is the common layout design. In every website, these all common component is available. So for creating this common layout design, we have to use skeleton part by using HTML. My HTML skeleton part is done. After that, we have to apply styling in our website. So this is styling provided by cascading style sheet. So as you can see in website name, there is different type of background color. Okay, and main menu is different types of background color. This background colors is provided by cascading style sheet. So whenever we have to apply individual cascading style sheet, we have to apply different types of properties. It will take lots of time for developing. So for saving this time, we have to apply Bootstrap framework that will be provide directly different types of component. There has already different types of component is there. You can apply that component in your website directly. So as you can see in next slide, as we discussed, there are different types of property we have to use for styling. As you can see in header part, we have to apply width and padding. And also if I have to apply navigation bar, that is provide width. And main menu, we have to apply width, float and padding. And sidebar, we have to apply width, float. Last one, width and clear property. So this is the default cascading style sheet property that will be provided for creating styling in our website. And there has some problem. That problem is breakpoint. What is breakpoint? In some time, my website is collapsed in every operating system. For suppose I have to create my website according to my operating system. If I have to open this website in any other mobile, so there has breakpoint problem. My website is collapsed at some time. That means margin padding collapse to each other. For removing this problem, we have to use framework that provide responsive. That responsive word is adjust according to the operating system. So that's why we have to apply responsive website design. It is a necessary part. Nowadays, 99% website is responsive website. So for removing the breakpoint, we have to apply this framework. Next, this is your advantages of Bootstrap. We have that which already discussed. Save lots of time and provide responsive website, easy to use, open source. What is open source? There are different types of component available in Bootstrap website. We have to use this component directly in your website. This openly source code is available. The source code is you have to apply the source code by using CETL link. Now next is, whenever we talk about Bootstrap. So Bootstrap is a combination of CSS component and JavaScript components. Whenever we have to talk about website is responsive, so that means there has HTML front end, website is responsive. That means there has HTML, CSS and JavaScript is available. So there in Bootstrap, there are different types of CSS component that is already designed by developer. You have to use this component, apply on your website, and directly you check the effect of this component. So what kind of components? There are some common features like form layout, button, navigation bar, drop down, breadcrumbs, fascination label, badges. These component provide your effective designing. So you can use this all component. In website, practically we have to see Jumbotron is also there and alert boxes. So you can use this component directly in your website and adjust according to your user requirement. Next is JavaScript component for event handling. You have to use JavaScript part. So Bootstrap also this provide this JS component. There is drop down, scroll, spy, and alert, collapse, browser effect. This is the most important effect. I will give you some example in which we have to apply this browser effect. We have to see further. So this is your JS component that required jQuery plugins. Next, there is also different types of CSS framework, other popular CSS framework. In knowledge point of view, I will give you the name of that CSS framework, that is Foundation, Bulma, Semantic UI, Pure.css, Tailwind, Skeleton, UIKit, Bootstrap, Groundwork. These all the popular CSS framework. And if you have to know the idea about Bootstrap framework, so you have to apply this CSS framework directly. Easy way to directly apply features and step of the component features is common in every CSS framework. So after study about the Bootstrap, you have to also know the idea about different types of popular CSS framework. Next, what kind of prior knowledge before learning Bootstrap? So before learning Bootstrap, you have to knowledge about HTML part. That is the base of any website. And after that, you have to knowledge about CSS part, cascading style sheet, and jQuery, some knowledge about plugins that will be used in jQuery. So if you have to basic idea about these three components and also JavaScript, I forget to mention there, also JavaScript. So this the basic knowledge you have to idea about these terminologies. So you have to jump on your Bootstrap part. Next, what kind of software requirement for Bootstrap? So basic HTML editor, web browser, and Bootstrap website. In Bootstrap website, you have to use CSS and JavaScript files. Also Bootstrap software. Also you have to download this Bootstrap. So in that Bootstrap, you have to use CSS and JavaScript file for website development. Next is where to get Bootstrap. So there is two ways to get Bootstrap. First, apply to Bootstrap. First one, Bootstrap website. Directly you have to use Bootstrap website, getbootstrap.com, where you have to use CDN link. CDN, that is the most important concept. CDN link. CDN denote as content delivery network. By using this CDN link, we have to create our responsive website directly from the Bootstrap website. So what is CDN link? It denote as content delivery network. What kind of content? That content is CSS component. That content is JavaScript component. Delivery network that delivered to the your website development. So that CDN link provided by Bootstrap, you have to use these two links, CSS link and JavaScript link in your website. So as you can see in this screen, I have mentioned the CSS link. First one is CSS link. Second one is JavaScript link. Also for the plugin, if you have to create jQuery plugin, so you have to use this another one jQuery plugin link. So this is your CDN link. That is the most important point. Whenever you have to apply Bootstrap, you have to use this CDN link in your HTML page. Now next is create how you can create a web page with Bootstrap. So whenever you have to create a Bootstrap, first of all, we have HTML file. In HTML file, in header part, we have to include this CDN link. After including the CDN link, we got responsive website according to the adjustment their operating system. So let's start. We have to discuss live example. You can see this is our web browser where we have to use this getbootstrap.com. This getbootstrap.com provide bootstrap website. As you can see, if I have to click this document file, right? So as we discussed, there has component is available. So you can see there are different types of components. Next, for the layout designing, there has component. For the content, there has component. Form, if I have to apply form, you have to use this form component. There are different types of component: alert, basis, breadcrumbs, button. As you can see, button, there are different types of button is available. You can see, you can apply this button directly in your website design and adjust according to the requirement. Now you can see the code. There has button and classes, BTN classes. So in Bootstrap, we have to use classes part. There are different types of button and button classes for different types of design. As you can see, BTN primary. So BTN primary provide blue type of button. BTN secondary provide gray type of button. So for every different types of designing, different types of classes is there. So you can use these classes in your website development. So this is idea about if I have to use navigation bar in our website. So you can see there different types of navigation bar is there. You can use this code. This is different types of navigation bar. You can use this code. Now we have to discuss another example that will be created. You can see this demo. This is my small HTML file in which I have to add navigation bar and button by using Bootstrap. And some small. This is a small idea. This is a small example, not predefined, well developed, but it is a small example for understanding how we can apply Bootstrap. So you can see if I have to inspect this code. Okay. So this is my code, right? Where we have to use Bootstrap file. Now you can see this is a small HTML file. Here you can see in link, in header part, we have to apply this link, CDL link that we discussed in our slide. I have mentioned that CDL link is the most important one. I have applied CSS CDL link. You can see here. Where you got this link? You got from website development. Bootstrap website, you have to got this CDL link. Just wait. Okay, so this your Bootstrap website provide the CDN link as we discussed. Bootstrap. You have to write down this Bootstrap. Click on nowadays Bootstrap 5 is available. The most important framework document you have to go, and this you have to start. So you can see this is your CDN link. Include Bootstrap. As you can see, this is already mentioned. Bootstrap CSS JavaScript link. So copy this link, apply in your page that is used. You have to use in HTML file. Apply this page, and you can create a small website development by using Bootstrap. So what kind of important point we have to discuss? What is responsive website? How we can use responsive website by using Bootstrap. Next, another, what is the advantages of Bootstrap? Another, what kind of component is there? CSS and JavaScript component. What other kind of CSS framework? And how we can create a small, how we can apply CDN link for creating web page by using Bootstrap. Another references is getbootstrap.com. Also, you have to use this link. for applying your website. And next is, if you have to use Bootstrap, you have to use either directly from the website, either you have to download this Bootstrap software. You have to use this Bootstrap software download part according to your operating system. And if you have to download this, you have to use a library file in which you have to find CSS and CSS folder. That folder provide a link. That link you have to use in your website. So this is all idea about your website development, responsive website development by using framework. Thank you. Now we have to discuss this another features, that is use classes and grid. That important point of view whenever you have to apply Bootstrap. So you have to apply classes, different type of classes as we discussed previously. So you have to use classes and grid. That point we have to discuss in next lecture. Thank you for listening. Thank you everyone.